Sawing logs no one else wants to saw is a very common task for the Logosol sawmill. Commercial sawmills will not accept trees from your own lot at the edge of the woods, facing fields, near target ranges and similar places. And they're even less interested in re-sawing old floors or beams. When using the Logosol sawmill, the result of sawing in nails is never worse than a ruined chain. And after filing, such a chain works perfectly well again. One reason for the high production capacity of the relatively simple Logosol sawmill is that the work is done in a good work position. The logs are usually loaded onto the cross members and rolled into the log supports at a comfortable working height. Then they are cranked up to the right level. Once the plank is sawn, it's removed at the same comfortable height. Placing the logs on the ground should be avoided. In a special section, we'll show how to make a loading frame. The low weight is another reason the saw is so comfortable to use. It's easy to move and transport. The extruded aluminium frame is amazingly durable in relation to its weight. We've almost never heard of damage to the Logosol sawmill from overloading. The damage we've run across has almost always been caused by tractors running into the sawmill, usually in connection with snow ploughing during the winter. Since the aluminium profile construction is assembled using nuts and bolts, replacing damaged parts is easy. The Logosol sawmill is a superb example of suitable material use. The usual dictum is to use a minimum amount of right material seen both environmentally and financially. By these measurements, the strength of the aluminium in relation to its weight makes this an optimal construction. And since it's fully anodized, the sawmill will last forever, be maintenance-free and rust-proof. The Logosol sawmill can use many different saw and milling units. For a starter, it's possible to use nearly all brands of chainsaws, provided the motor is sufficiently strong. Right now, Logosol recommends using saws larger than 70 cubic centimeters, such as the Steel 066. Most of the Logosol sawmills supplied in Scandinavia are shipped with a Logosol E5000 electric saw unit. Most people with access to three-phase current choose an electric saw because of the absence of emissions and engine noise, as well as low operating cost. In practice, the 5 kilowatt three-phase motor supplies a considerably higher effect than even the strongest petrol-powered chainsaws. The electric saw can also be fitted with electric feed, making the work easier and increasing the capacity. The Logosol sawmill can also be fitted with a bandsaw, increasing the capacity significantly and allowing the sawmill to approach the capacity of considerably larger mills. By using the special log house moulder, you can also shape elegant logs for building log houses. However, the chainsaw-powered log house moulder requires a chainsaw with no less than a 50cc motor. The Logosol sawmill is the perfect machine for everyone wanting to spend some time cutting their own planks. Their capacity is more than enough for household needs. The final quality is fully comparable to what is achieved by much larger and more expensive machines.
Ja, jag har länge funderat på att skaffa en såg för husbehov. Här I byn så förut.
I've thought a lot about buying a sawmill for the farm. Once there were lots of saws here, including circular and frame ones, but they're all gone. I've looked for a small one, and at the Ockelbo winter market, when Logosol demonstrated its sawmill with a timber mill, it seemed all right. I remember thinking that this is something for me. I only saw for myself, you see, at least so far, and I enjoy working with wood. It's a living material, it smells good and is nice to work with. That's why I bought a Logosol sawmill, and must admit I'm impressed.
Ja, det är trevligt att hålla på med, det luktar gott och det är levande och ja. Därför blev det en Logosol och jag är faktiskt imponerad utav den.
There is some yield loss because the kerf is somewhat wider than you'd get with a circular saw. On the other hand, small-scale sawing allows you to take extra time with each log. The yield in a modern sawmill lies around 40%. That it's so low is because much of the log becomes chips for paper pulp. A Logosol sawmill delivers a yield between 50 and 60% depending on the size of the planks and the log dimensions.